Okay, Lil, I want to make some comments on some things about what I see coming. Some who may know me kind of know I um, make some predictions. Sometimes eh, whatever. I'm just going to go into it. Not going to explain all of that. You can look at my other videos on the Rumble channel. So some things have been happening. Zelensky met with Trump. This is all like a kind of a setup thing, as far as I can see, because the plan has been in effect for a while. So there's two. I don't know which one. Yeah, it's not letting one of my things go through. But okay, I'm just going to remove that one. Just go there. And all right, save changes or whatever. Okay, so what I'm doing is first of all, I'm going to recommend the MG show. They're on Rumble, and they're also on X, in the Matrix with 3 X's with the blue check mark, and Shady Groove with 3 O's and Groove with a check mark. So if you're looking for like really in depth and who's involved in what, these guys are great. They do a lot of research. So I would recommend watching their show. And this one just went off, and they talk a great deal about this, and they have very good points that they make. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that. I'm going to tag them in this and let them know that I just mentioned them. I don't get anything for it. I listen to them. I know them for quite since 2019, I guess. So they've been doing very good work. So the next thing I do is I want you to listen to a rabbi. Did I get this on there? Share this instead. And I'm a little weak with this. I don't make a whole lot of videos. I'm just going to rewind. I'm going to make sure I'm on the right tab. I'm just going to rewind this so it starts in the...
When the Mashiach will come, there'll be a new world order.
In order for Mashiach to come, we cannot have any other governments. It's going to be one kingdom, one malchut, one government. So you can look at it in the negative aspect of it, saying a new world order, a one government. Yeah, you're right. It is going to be a new world order. The new world of Mashiach with one order, the Torah, one government. Yeah, it's going to be a Sanhedrin. We're not going to have all the rest of the stuff. The time of the entire planet is done.
For Mashiach to take over the world, don't forget, at a certain point, King Mashiach should be ruling the whole world. They themselves, the nations of the whole world, will ask him and beg him to take over their, at least the government, their government, to teach them the right way, to teach them how to live. The whole world will take him upon themselves as the leader. And then actually going to be a new world order, but not like those radical ones think. It's going to be a new world order, but the new world of God order.
Before Mashiach comes and a new world order is instituted, we need to destroy what existed previously. And we need a destruction of society and the world as we know it.
Every new reality means a total loss of the reality that came before it, referring to the coming of Mashiach.
Yeah, I want you to listen to this because, and I'm putting this on there because I'm going someplace with it. So there's a couple of factions of things that are going on, and so I want to explain them. So this is Talmudic, Kabbalistic Judaism's beliefs, and it's about building the third temple and all that kind of crap. But I want you to just listen so you understand where these people are coming from.
And the new world order that comes with it, okay? In other words, for what is coming, what is has to be unrecognizable. Nothing can remain. None of the world systems can remain. Nothing will remain because it's rotten to the core.
The spiritual heirs of the Roman Empire is the Western world, United States of America, so the USA will last until Mashiach comes.
Someone has to completely destroy this world.
You know, in the eras of the Roman Empire, they're talking about Christianity. Just so you know, that's what they mean by that. Okay.
And its system before the new one comes in. You want your one world governments? So does God, no problem.
God will abolish every government on earth, and hand over control of the whole world to Mashiach.
Mashiach will be the king of the entire world. There will be a monarchy restored to the world. Mashiach will be king, and he will be accepted by both the nation of Israel and all the nations of the world alike.
See, the nation of Israel. They figure they're going to be in control of everything, and each one of them is going to have 2,800 Gentile slaves. But most of the world, 2/3 of us will be gone. The rest of us will be their slaves.
Why Hashem wants to destroy his world? Why so much destruction, so much nuclear bombs and so forth? Before a new world is built, the old has to be destroyed.
See? So the old world has to be destroyed according to them. I'm going to go to another tab. This tab here, I just want to make sure it's there. This tab here is a book that I recommend everybody read. It's 99 cents on Kindle and Amazon. It's called The Lord of the World. It was written in 1907. This is when the New World Order is basically in, and they're electing a council, head of the council, to run the New World Order sectors. So the New World Order sectors are basically like this. Like you ever see Hunger Games, and they kind of have everything spread out, to these different sectors. So you're going to have the North American Union, which is Mexico, America, Canada, and New Greenland. And Greenland, not New Greenland. Well, maybe they'll call it New Greenland. And that will be the North American Union. Trump proposed that, by the way. And Trump converted to Judaism, the same kind that we were just listening to, by the way. Then you have the European Union. You have the Euro-Asian Union, which is Russia and the Asian areas, and then you have South American Union, and you have the African Union. And so then there'll be a council. There'll be people in charge of all the districts in these unions, and that's basically it. And this book is you could read it in one night. It was written by a brother. He was a priest, but he was getting visions of the future, but the church forbid him. So he wrote a kind of a fictional story about this. So you're going to be reading a fictional story that's a real story about how the world is. If you look at this, I highly recommend it. You might even recognize some people in there. The third thing I want to mention is in this tab here. This is going to be before I talk about what's going to happen. This is the Fatima prophecies. You could do, this is just a search from DuckDuckGo, and you'll see there, these are Fatima prophecies. The third secret of Fatima is the one you would be interested in, which is also coincides with Albert Pike's theory. And so this is what we're going to talk about now. So we're going to go back. I'm going to go to me, and I'm going to just third secret of Fatima. The three secrets. The first secret was World War I. The second secret was World War II. They came true. The third secret, obviously, you don't have to be a genius, was about World War III in the fall of the Roman Catholic Church, and some other things that are going to be happening. So far, we are, according to Bible revelation, although people have trouble interpreting Bible revelation, I'm not going to do all of that for you. I'm just going to tell you what I see and how I see it going. Okay, so real quickly, we look at it this way. Okay, there are two factions of evil fighting right now for control. And so some of you might call them the Illuminati, deep state, and the other is the Zionist Israeli ones who believe everyone's going to be their slave. Okay, so I'm going to tell you with Zelensky, and I already knew he was going to go right over to Britain before it even happened. I even messaged somebody and told them that's what's going to happen. Britain's going to send troops into Ukraine with France and possibly Germany. And NATO is going to get involved there. Russia is going to attack back and going to be crushing NATO. There'll be troops in northern Britain and in Italy. There'll be civil unrest kind of everywhere. I see the Eiffel Tower being destroyed, which is kind of weird, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So I see all of these things going on, which brings America into the war. So their whole game is to bring America into war. Now, Israel believes that America is going to help them with Iran, and it probably will. But Iran is going to have nukes, and Israel is going to be destroyed with nukes. Tel Aviv first. Someone's going to assassinate Netanyahu. He deserves it, unless he stops and turns. His cabinet gets thrown out. But the cabinet they put in will just be kind of similar to along the lines of him. They will lose that war, and there will be no more Israel. They were put there as cannon fodder. So just read Albert Pike, the Jewish people. They suckered them over there with free land, interest-free loans, free hospitalization, free housing, free everything. And the Rothschilds and, of course, these Zionists paid for everything. And they've been laundering money, specifically through the oil, since 1970 when they did OPEC. And they bought off all the Arabs. And remember, that was England that made those 22 countries from the Ottoman Empire. And that was just to be able to steal their resources and do what they're doing today and create radical Islam. I do have a problem with Islam. Islam has the same kind of world end is, everybody becomes Islamic. If not, they get killed. And otherwise, they're their slave and pay the tax, which is what they kind of do now. Communism is a construct of Judaism for the enslavement of people, because you will not elect anyone and you will be in their under their control. And you will be slaves of whoever is the governor or whatever they call it of your district where you're in. There are a lot more Jewish people than they are saying in population. And the population of the world is not 7.4 billion. It's probably under 3 billion. All you got to do is do the math. We've been depopulating in the West since the 1950s. The South America and Africa and the Middle East have been getting decimated with war, and their population is not double in the world. China had a one-child policy for 45 years. There's no way they doubled their population with that. And so there were 4.4 billion people, according to Google, in 1980. And now they're trying to tell us that there's 7.4 billion people. China had 900 million people in 1980, or 850, and they killed most of the girl babies in the one-child policy, so they wound up with a 75% male population. They could not have gone to 1.5 billion just in 45 years with 75% of the males and only having one child. I'm not going to go any further into that, and read the Georgia Guidestones or look up about them if you've never heard of them. And they were destroyed on purpose. That's kind of a plausible deniability kind of thing, like they were never existed. So World War III will happen. The United States will get involved. There'll be 4 nukes on the East Coast, and they'll have multiple warheads in each. The United States will surrender. I gotta go on this. Someone's coming in. So basically, that's what I see coming. So the two factions will fight with each other, but the Jewish faction will lose. The Zionists, that's all. They use them as cannon fodder. They set them up to start off this conflict and get everyone to kill each other. I didn't put up Albert Pike's 3 World Wars. You should read that. You can just do a Google search, Albert Pike's 3 World Wars. And that's about all I have to say for today. God bless everyone. Praying changes things. Use discernment whatever I say. These are predictions, I have to say, for this entertainment. If anyone's ever had predictions of the future, events of things of happening, they can change by exposing them. So my reasoning for doing this, and I don't care if people think I'm crazy or whatever, is just to expose it, because there are going to be some people who see it. By the way, when I started doing this, they locked out my computer somehow, and I could not get internet and I couldn't even get on Streamyard because I record these on Streamyard, and then I share them with like YouTube and X right now. Those are the only two, and it's on Streamyard, of course. So again, God bless everyone. I always like to repeat the 2 new commandments Jesus gave to us. The second one was to love one another as I have loved you, as Jesus has loved you. Not treat your neighbor as you'd like to be treated yourself. They changed the words around. Jesus said, look it up, when he gave the 2 new commandments, love one another as I have loved you, as Jesus has loved you. That means to treat other people better than yourself. And if I want to simplify it for you, and following Jesus's example of life, of how to help others and heal others, be the Good Samaritan, we need to stop being materialistic. That's of the devil, the love of money. You say, oh, I don't love money. Yeah, you do. You went and got the shots in your arms or whatever because you don't want to lose your pension, or if you're a cop or whatever, and they tell you to go beat up these protesters, and spray them with mace and whatever, tear gas, and shoot them with rubber bullets, you do it. You don't care if it's right or wrong. You don't want to lose your pension. Same thing if you work in the medical field, if you're a teacher, you do what they tell you. The love of money is the root of all evil. I'll just finish real quickly. I'll add something that I shouldn't add. Okay, in 1929, they made the Vatican a city-state. Before that, it wasn't. It was just part of Italy and Rome. So when they made it a city-state, that's when the Rothschilds and all them took over in the Vatican, and they corrupted the Catholic Church. And then by the 1960s, they went into Vatican II, and they brought in all the pedophiles for priests and stuff like that. So all of that. So you had the Vatican there for moral standards, and then you have Washington, D.C. for military, and you have London, City of London, for city-state of London for the financials, where the Rothschilds started the fiat money system of the central banking. Okay, the plan is, so you notice England Brexited out, and they all see everything is kind of planned. They did that on purpose. England is going to be the capital of the New World Order, and it's going to be a city-state, all of England. The King of England runs the churches there now. So the Church of England and the Anglican and the King James Version Bible all belong to King Charles III. He's the head of it, even though they have some kind of patriot or something, whatever. No, that's King Charles's church. The King James, after he rewrote the Bible and started the new religion, the Reformation means reformed, means make new, a new religion. That's what it is, because they couldn't do the Catholic religion anymore. Remember that back in when Nero was emperor of Rome, he was feeding the Christians to the lions. He was doing that because he said, what kind of people are these that worship their God and they drink his blood and eat his body? That would be the Eucharist in the Catholic Church, which was there, is still there, but was there for 1,500 years till the Protestants stopped doing it. Okay. Now, I'm not saying if you're Protestant, you can't be, you don't belong to Jesus. I'm not saying it. It's up to God who belongs to God and who's following the way. And they used to be called the way because they followed the way of Jesus. They just didn't say, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. They followed his way. Oh boy, they're really cracking me down here. I gotta see what's going on here. Hang on one second. I think I lost Twitter. Okay, what I'll do is I'll re-download this and send it. I'm giving you too much information. They don't want you to hear this. I am very, very censored, and I am right about a lot of things. I'm on the FBI watch list, and it's because of my predictions. I've never been arrested. I don't belong to any organizations outside of I'm a Catholic. That's it. So where was I? Because they interrupted the stream on X. Okay. They don't like what I'm talking about. So they're going to get rid of England is going to be the control. They're going to get rid of DC and the Vatican, and they're going to make a new world church, which is going to be Luciferian and take Jesus Christ out of being the Son of God, just like they took the Eucharist out before, and people will follow and they'll make it against the law to practice real Christianity as Jesus, the Son of God. They'll have us fighting with the Islamics. The Christians are going to suffer terribly. And so they're not going to have us, and Jews are going to suffer worse. And it's like what they did in America is why they brought all the immigrants in is to break our system and to create civil unrest, because once the system starts falling apart, and that would be the money and everything like that, then you're going to have a lot of problems in the country. But besides that, they're going to involve us in the world war, which is what I came on here for, to tell you. Okay, God bless everyone, and take care. If I keep going, you don't want to hear the rest that I have to say, but prayer can change everything and change your ways. Do like they did in Nivea. Turn back to God, put on sackcloth, and fast. Fasting works. Pray continuously that God spares us this, or at least mitigates it to some degree. Okay, God bless. And take care of yourselves.